Yeah, that was really something. 2010 was a great games in Kentucky. They really did a wonderful job of it. I didn't perform like I was dreaming about, I can tell you that. It was one of those ones that once I'd gotten that under the belt, it set me up well for future championships. There's no question I remember riding not at my best because I was letting fear or letting nerves get in the way, and I remember being a bit starstruck at that championships. And you know, everything was not going great. However, it was a super horse, and she went on to go to London, and I was very grateful to have the ride on that lovely mare for as many years as I did. But there's no doubt that championships, even that I didn't do well there, set me up for the future. So Leilani was owned by the Finlays. I was lucky; she was beautifully prepared by Jade up until 3-star level when I took the ride on her, only because she was pregnant. So that's how I got the ride on the horse. And then I was fortunate enough, along with sort of twisting their arm a little bit, I was fortunate enough to be able to keep the ride on her. And she really was a super mare. London Olympics, she was one of the very few horses to go inside the time. Oddly enough, she wasn't a very fast galloper. She was quite one-paced, but had a lot of endurance and a lot of stamina and a huge amount of toughness. I don't think there's a tougher horse on the planet. She was indestructible, always pulled up sound, and yeah, it was a great thing. And without her, I certainly wouldn't have done as well on the international scene as I have done. I said, look, I'm thinking of going to the UK and setting up. I took a trip around, and I went to the States as well, and had a little visit there to see what I thought of that. I was in a fortunate situation. I had a half a dozen very good horses, and I said to my owners, if I was to go, would you support me by sending your horse? And all of them, without exception, agreed they would support me. So I was very lucky. And to arrive in the UK with the 6 lovely, lovely horses that I did was a fantastic start to my European conquest. It was a setback in many ways. It was very tough going. It is difficult breaking into a new scene anywhere when when I had a really good business going here in Australia. Nevertheless, it was a really good choice for me in hindsight at the time, and I've been fortunate enough to have wonderful owners come my way and amazing horses since then. And as I always say, when I'm teaching, the one thing I believe in is hard work and tenacity, and luckily for me it paid off. Yeah, I can't honestly say there's a difference. There's climate differences, climatical differences. Maybe economically it's more cutthroat over there because there are so many top riders, but the basics is the same thing. I can't say there's a big difference. The first year caught me by surprise only because of the weather. Really, that's the only difference. I remember riding around in -10 and I couldn't feel my hands, or you couldn't feel your feet, despite making every attempt to be prepared for it. And equally, I remember being down at Sam's in Dorset, and the arena was frozen solid. And I remember it was really like concrete. And this was a new thing for an Australian person. We didn't see much of that. And he said, it'll soften around sort of 1 or 2 o'clock. And it softened for us to work some horses quickly, and then it started freezing again. So that was tough.